FBI, open up!
Welcome to the next episode of the fucking Two Peas and a Peacock podcast. Wait, no, Two Peas and a Peacock. I'm on some meds.
Welcome to the next episode of Two Peas and a Peel podcast.
I'm a P.
Riley.
She's a P. We peeing.
We're joined by Aiden and as from the last episode, and my personal little fiance Adam from the Broken Toys.
Riley's shit stain. No, I'm just kidding. I like you, Adam. This is a shit show.
I'll cut it. I'll cut it. Don't worry.
No. Oh man. What?
Can we talk about Star Wars for a second? I just want to talk about...
So Tiger Woods got into a car accident recently.
Okay, fine. So Tiger Woods got into a car accident.
But let's talk about Star Wars.
Okay, no, fine. Okay, we're talking about Star Wars then. Jeez. Oh, man. Ethan's gone. This is... What the fuck? Oh! We're talking about Star Wars.
Special guest star.
We got R2.
Trash can.
R2 the
Man.
Juju. Look at that man. Oh, he's so precious. Okay.
I don't know how to implement him. Here, hold on.
There is not a single other franchise that has so many versions and so many just alterations, and yet it's somehow okay. Like, why is it okay that George Lucas just every couple years says, I'm gonna change a couple things, and just Sneaks is laying there, like Pink Panther's just laying there and changes a couple little like things with the movie. I sat down to watch the first, not the first episode, but like the first movie.
A New Hope.
Like I wanted to experience what I personally experienced a million times over when I was little. Like I was a fan when I was little. I was a big fan. I watched these all the time. Sat down and immediately things felt a little off. Things felt kind of weird. I'm like, things are different here. And sure enough, he had made some changes back in like 2004. Me watching the VHS tapes from like 2001 didn't know that. It made me so frustrated. How many times does he have to go in and change the fucking movies? And why are there so many movies that all get like they don't all get changed? It's just a couple movies that he constantly changes and says, let's make it a little better. Let's add a little.
I'm a big fan of the train right now.
No, I
don't
love
know
him.
who that is, but
That's us.
I don't know, Ethan. How do you feel about all the freaking alterations?
Okay, so in A New Hope, they changed Jabba like 3 times. Didn't
Oh my god!
they?
Can we talk about the IRL, the man?
Yeah, the guy. He is just a big dude, like in a fur coat.
The original,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the original take that like was never in a movie is it's this big man in a fur coat, and he's doing the whole job of the Hut shit. And
Job of the
in it-
cut.
Line for line, he did like the entire bit that they eventually have as the subtitles. He said all of it.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. And Han Solo like walks around him at one point.
And they had to, they CGI him like going like this, and it's really bad. He's walking around and he goes,
Yeah, to make sense of the tail. It's so funny. And in the Greedo, what's his name?
Greedo.
Yeah, Greedo. In the Greedo scene, when
He
he
goes,
his head
yeah, he just,
died over. So his head just and it's-
like he shoots, he just goes,
oh my god. It's so stupid. The edits that this man has made are just so stupid, and it drives
he
me
can't make up his damn mind. He's like, okay, maybe they shot at the same time, but okay, maybe Greedo shot first, but then actually you'll never know.
No, okay.
I think what the worst part about George Lucas is that he's clearly taken his films, written over them so many times, then made 3 shitty movies that everyone agrees these suck. At least in the Star Wars fandom, they do. They all hate them. And then when Disney said, all right, we're doing something original and George Lucas isn't a part of it, then everyone all of a sudden is saying, well, why aren't you letting George do it? Because George Lucas has proven he can't be trusted with anything. at all. He's a fat soy boy, and I'm challenging him to a 1v1 on Fortnite right now.
Okay, but
Oh
like,
my God,
let's get
what?
into the Greedo scene. So if you don't know, the original Greedo scene was just a little bit of the altercation, and then Han Solo shoots. He just shoots him. Like, not a problem, just shoot, right? And then he said, "Ooh, maybe Greedo should like draw his weapon." So then Greedo like draws his weapon, and then Han shoots, or maybe no, it was like Greedo then shot, and so then they CGI'd his head to move just at the perfect time, and then they said, "Oh no, there's too much time between the shot and Han's shot," so they lessened the time. So that was the moment where I realized, okay, no, something is definitely off from the version that I watched as a kid, because
One of the reasons why he changed it so many times is because he didn't want Han to be perceived as like a cold-blooded killer,
but he is.
I know, yeah, but like he was like, oh, he's a hero. He's gonna shoot if he's shot at, but he knew that he saw that Greedo had a fucking gun. He's obviously gonna defend himself, and he's shot plenty of people in the past. Like looking at the Solo movie, I know it's not like around the same time.
It is canon.
Okay.
It's canon. I know it's canon, but I love the Solo movie.
It slaps.
He's shot fuckers all the time. He doesn't care.
Can we talk?
He killed what was basically like his adopted mother, like just in cold blood.
Can we talk about how Luke Skywalker has basically done 2 to 3 9/11s, but way worse?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things in The Mandalorian is that they outwardly discussed like how bullshit it is that everyone, the Resistance talks like, oh, we're so great, we destroyed the Death Star, and it's like, do you know how many like lives were on the Death Star 1 and 2? That's a bunch of dead people.
I'm gonna be honest, as a kid, I did not realize that there were multiple Death Stars. I just thought that there were like a couple different attacks on the same Death Star. And
it
like,
blew up once or twice.
Yeah, in my head, I was just like, okay, yeah. And Aiden, what is going on with your camera?
What's he doing? I haven't seen him this entire time.
Upside down.
I wasn't a Star Wars fan. I wasn't a Star Wars fan as a kid. They're okay, but I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
Yeah, Adam and Aiden are not like, they did not grow up with Star Wars like Ethan and I did.
I did Indiana Jones. That shit rocked my world. Still does.
Oh my God, Indiana Jones. Fabulous fucking shit.
Everything Harrison Ford, because you can tell he doesn't really give a shit about his like acting career when he's
works. His characters are all like that. They're people who don't really give a shit.
He said Star Wars is coming back, kill me off.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Well, now they're making another trilogy to basically retcon the last trilogy.
Yeah, they want to say.
Oh, did you not know that?
Wasn't canon.
No!
We're done with this. This wasn't canon.
And they're making here's why I support it though. They're making the Mandalorian story arc like crucial to that story arc. And in my opinion, the best thing to come out of the Star Wars universe is the Mandalorian.
That's because you have not watched. You have not watched the movie.
I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Honestly,
I'm a
have you ever watched?
Mandalorian
Have you ever watched A New Hope? Have you ever watched A New Hope?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Never mind.
I've seen A New Hope. I've seen the Family Guy versions of the other two original.
Okay,
and I've seen like 45% of the first movie because I've sat down before and said, I'm going to watch all the Star Wars films. And I cannot. Because the first movie is just so boring and bad.
We're going to watch them all. We're going to watch them all and we're going to build puzzles while we do it. And it'll be awesome.
I'd like that.
Adam's in Guam right now.
I'm going to spend like $600 in Legos in about a week.
Yeah, Adam is an avid Lego collector. Like, and I mean
I bought Legos here. Speaking of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I got one of these boys.
Look at this guy. And it moves, too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. it moves and all the legs move like on their own. I can't do a good flat surface with my hand, but you know what it's getting at.
That's poggers.
Little crab boy.
And then show the other thing that you got in Guam.
Oh, I got the Lego Movie Joker Mobile, and then these discontinued Adventure Time Legos.
What? Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Aren't they so cute?
I bought one for me, and I built it, and I bought 3 for people in the U.S. who are paying me to bring them back, or the continental U.S. who are paying me to bring them back.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Surprise, Dean, if you watch this. Happy birthday, Dean.
Oh.
Yeah.
He goes, what? Oh my goodness. This
Aiden,
cannot be happening.
can you not?
What is he doing?
He's flipping around.
He's doing some
I don't see a problem with that.
How are you doing that?
Riley, can I tell you one of the hardest things about being in Guam right now?
What's the hardest thing about being in Guam right now?
I have hotel Wi-Fi, so it's really spotty, and it only lets me connect to certain things. Like already I've seen certain websites, it just won't let me connect, even though I have a VPN. So I can't connect with you to play Minecraft, and I only started playing Minecraft like literally 1 year ago.
Oh, hold on.
Less than.
February 2020, I first started playing Minecraft, and we already, like, we had a server. We went through, built a bunch of cool shit, killed the Ender Dragon, killed the other.
Was it a year ago?
It was rough. Well, less than a year ago for that, but
yeah,
less than a year ago I started playing. And I just want to get back to it so bad.
Oh
just
my God,
now I had
so much
thoughts of our server and like the cavern and how I was building that railway station. And I'm gonna say this: I want to make that like a permanent server. I don't know why, but Minecraft people like want to restart seeds. I don't want that. I want to keep one seed. There's so much land in a Minecraft world that you don't have to wait. Like you don't have to. I don't know what I'm getting.
There's always you can always go to a new place. You can always build on the same world.
I'll populate an entire city completely with the materials built into Minecraft before I leave that server. Like, I'll populate the whole world with villagers. I don't care. And aren't they having a new update?
Yes, the cliffs. Oh my God, cliffs and caves. I don't want Adam to know anything about it. That's Adam's first experience with Minecraft update.
I know a little bit. I know they're bringing in copper, and there's going to be stalagmites and stalactites.
I regret looking up the snapshots.
I want Adam to be completely surprised.
Will that update our server?
Yes, it'll update our game.
In new chunks, yes.
So are you saying in new chunks only?
Unloaded chunks, yes. So you have to.
Damn it.
Give me a second. Hold on, the show's gone by.
We haven't explored that much.
Okay.
I would have loved to come back home and then open up Minecraft, get into our cave system, and then out of nowhere there's stalagmites, stalactites, and all that shit.
Yeah, no, you have to go to unloaded chunks.
We'll just like get really far.
We ought to let Aiden and Ethan onto our Minecraft world. As long as they promise not to. Grief is the term.
Oh
I don't do that. I would be worried about Aiden.
Aiden, yes.
I'm very
maybe
passive.
Not Aiden.
Ethan is a passive Minecrafter.
Ethan, not Aiden, and not Andy.
What?
I'm saying not Andy specifically because he's told about how he's destroyed a Minecraft world that
I've never heard.
I know, yeah.
Never destroyed a Minecraft world before.
Andy has like already proven to us that he can't be trusted in Minecraft. Like,
oh my God.
Through the server he was on with Dean.
Oh my God, that is a crazy freaking story.
What's crazy about that is Dean has that entire Minecraft world that has like its own economy and a bank and a government and people were elected officials and all this shit, right? But they had like a bank with all the diamonds. And Andy went in there and like fucked up all the diamonds. But what makes no sense is that it was a creative server.
No,
Which
it's survival.
It was survival, but they were using
But they
cheats.
cheated, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that he destroyed all the diamonds. And at that point, if they're using cheats, why have a bank?
That's true.
I mean, I guess aesthetically, but from what I've heard, they were using it to the point that when it was destroyed, they were pissed. It's
I
like,
don't know.
wait,
We'll
what?
get Andy. We should get Andy and Dean on here to discuss it. That would be hilarious.
I tell you what.
I tell you.
That's scary.
When did Minecraft come out?
Oh, I don't know.
2009, right?
I don't know.
The full release was 2010.
Was it 10?
Yeah.
So it's over a decade old.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just
that
now
was-
getting into it.
That was like November 18th, 2011? That was the initial release date.
Isn't
Oh,
it the
no.
most sold video game of all time?
First released May
I
17th,
believe so.
2009.
If not Fortnite.
No, it's not
Can't be
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Fortnite's free.
Yeah, it's Minecraft.
Oh, you're right.
Trains
That's-
are cool. I like trains.
I like trains too. You know, there's this thing that trains do called wee, and it interrupts every
Huh.
video I've ever made in my own house.
I've heard that before.
Is that?
It do be
Can somebody fact check this?
That's because we all live in train towns that were built through the railroad.
I know,
Adam,
yeah.
There's not
That's
a
so-
train near your house. You're lucky. We live in like right next to trains.
I know, yeah. It's
Hear
so
trains.
cool that we live
More I
like
can hear trains.
right on like the railroad, like,
Like
but
no,
like there's
live-
so much history to it.
the three of us
Oh,
live
really?
like right next to railroad tracks. Like you can like hear them. That and I can hear coyotes because I live in like rural town.
There are like 3 train museums in like our general area, and I've been to every one of them.
Really?
That would be a good content
Yeah.
is to go to all 3.
I've only been to the one by Bayless.
Union Pacific, Durham, and
Oh, I've been to the Durham. Yeah, my bad.
we literally sing at the Durham.
I know.
I love the Durham. I
Oh
love
my
the
God.
architecture.
Adam and I have a pass to the Durham,
I-
and it makes me happy.
When I turned 21, I thought, oh, I'm getting old now. And no, really, I am. I have insurance to pay and payments, and now I have a museum membership, so I might as well be geriatric.
So I'm
went to that
texting my
Muppet
mom.
exhibit like 4 times.
Oh my God, I missed that Muppet exhibit. There was a Muppet exhibit at the Durham, and
great.
it was so much fun. They just had a bunch of
I heard
Muppets
about
on
that. I
display.
really wanted to go, but I just couldn't find the time because I was
Ah.
working.
Man.
I love the Muppets.
Aiden and I are,
Catholicism's great.
Aiden
you
and I are
guys
Catholic. Yeah,
Me
we are.
too. Did you guys get confirmed?
No, we were just baptized Catholic.
Oh, okay, well that's fine. When you
Yeah,
get,
I wish I could. I really want to go back to church.
well, that's. I mean, like, I'm not a highly religious person. I went through all of the shit,
Really?
and mainly for my mom. But
I have.
when you get,
Oh my God, I won't. But I want to throw up the pictures of you when you got confirmed.
I
when
want
you
to
get
do it for my dad.
confirmed, when you get confirmed, you get a saint name. So it's weird. It's
Can my-
cultic, but that's every religion. So your name will officially have 4 names in it, and you pick a saint or like an angel. So when Riley has to enter in, it's like a year-long class.
Okay.
I want my saint name to be freaking awesome.
It doesn't work that way, buddy.
Saint
sorry.
freaking awesome.
I think Riley is gonna choose Valentine.
Maybe.
What?
Valentine.
I'm thinking of Valentine because he's the saint of epileptics and
You're-
beekeepers.
You were born on Valentine's Day, Riley.
I think that's
I
more
know, and I was
important,
born on
yeah.
Valentine's Day, but I think it's funny that he's the saint of epileptics, which has no relation to me, and then beekeepers, which as an entomologist I can appreciate.
Yeah. Right.
But I also am
I'm
thinking
Saint
about
Genesius.
I'm thinking about Saint Genevieve purely because there's Guinevere's opening song in Camelot. She is praying to Saint Guinevere. Wait, no, Saint Genevieve. I'm sorry, I can't talk.
It's fine. It happens.
Uh,
My
Yeah.
patron saint is the saint of torture victims and actors. But as I
Ah.
always say, what's the difference?
Do people choose Saint Nicholas just
clowns.
because he's the patron saint of prostitutes?
You
Probably.
could. You totally could. That's the fun part. You totally could.
That's really funny.
Since you could pick angels, I wanted to be Lucifer, so it would have been Adam J. Lucifer. You know,
Wow.
it would have been, but that's kind of too edgelord.
I think is that frowned upon?
I'd assume
Like-
they wouldn't have let me do it, but at the same
Would they
point,
look at you like, red flag?
Your
At-
gay priest would be like, yeah, no, or pastor, whatever it's called.
it's priest, and when you talk to them, you say, "Hello, Father." But my priest is a cool dude, but he's definitely gay.
I think I've
and-
met him before.
Hello, daddy.
Well, word is apparently from the Gay Catholics Initiative, which is a bunch of gay people who are Catholic and want to be
Yeah, no way.
religious. Apparently, Catholic priests are like the #1 job in the world for gay men. Like real shit. Like it's like
That's
40% of them
Wow.
are gay.
That's
like-
really cool.
The highest percent in the world. So when I see my priest walking around and he talks very flamboyant and you can it's
Right.
offensive to say, but I'm Pan, Riley's Pan, you can
Yeah.
tell. He's one of the ones you can tell, and he's always with this dude, and it's clearly like his boyfriend, but he's celibate, so
Right.
but yeah,
Imagine
it's
being
weird. We tread a
celibate.
thin line.
I feel bad for that man.
I know a guy that's celibate purely because he's like has a hard time getting laid.
Is that
So
you?
he's an incel.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I worked with him.
Oh man.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
he was like-
Andy, Ethan, Aiden.
Andrew. Actually, his name's Andrew.
It's like our Andrew. It's like our Andrew.
But he told me, he's like, I think I'm gonna be, I think I might be celibate, or he's like, I'm gonna like celibacy or whatever the fuck. I'm like, all right, why? He's like, well, because I can't get a girlfriend. I'm like, I don't think that's the point.
So okay, Mr.
I think that's
Incel.
just called giving up. Just be gay if you're getting to that point. Damn.
How old are
How
you
old are
when you lost your
you?
virginity?
I was 20 years old.
Really?
Hey, one of my idols was
I wasn't.
so I'm happy with it, but
I wasn't like. There's no shame in that.
it's actually funny how I lost it. Do you want to know the story, Ethan? I feel like I've
Of
never
course I
told.
do. Yeah, I would
All
love
right.
to hear this.
So he invited me and Trey, and of course we all are in the Broken Toys, to a house party that one of his female friends was throwing. The whole time we played Pong,
Mhm.
and then like he even said, "Oh, don't you know Adam's a Republican?" And I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then she like jokingly like pushed me and punched me, and I was like, "Ah ha ha." But then I was like, I left my bag in your car. Let me grab my bag. I was like washing my hand, like, okay, this is the time. This is the moment. This is the way. This is the time. I'll say this for someone who was a virgin, crying on the phone. He was like, "No, I won't pick you up." Made the connection. They decided we're just friends. He
Right.
was a racist. And
Okay.
he made really weird comments because of the area of town we were in, North O. And like a dozen chocolate covered glazed donuts.
Okay.
I have what's called sociopathy. Can't have any of the donuts. He can't have any of the milk.
Oh my god.
Trey's been asleep. He had decided, I need to admit myself to a suicide hospital.
What?
Yes. Hugged him, said, "You do you. Like, get the help you need." I picked up some Freddy's, ate some Freddy's, got to the theater, and then I found out Kobe Bryant had died.
Oh my god.
I did the show. At the end, some cast member went rogue and like said, "Hey, yo, we dedicate this to Kobe Bryant. Him and his daughter died in a helicopter accident. Have a great night."
Racing in the sun. Racing
And
in the sun.
And the audience did not know about this, and they were like, "Whoa!" Like it was an audible from the audience, like, "Whoa!"
Oh my god.
And he walked off, and then I went home, And so to sum up a story, and might have inadvertently caused Kobe Bryant to die.
I hope you enjoyed that sped up version of.
This is such a fucking crazy podcast. Oh my god.
So that's how I lost my virginity.
Okay.
Like killing Kobe.
You killed Kobe Bryant.
There was one thing
Your dick
keeping
was so
Kobe Bryant
powerful.
alive, and it was my virginity. So the day I broke that, he said, "I'm out, fam."
So let me tell you how I lost my virginity.
He said, "We're done
In contrast. So anyway, we were rehearsing a song that we were singing for a concert, and I just wanted to rehearse the song because he was shit at it. He was awful at it. It was the duet from Big Fish, and I just wanted to rehearse it, and he's like, "No, let's go to the bedroom." And I
Oh my
bled for
God.
days afterward.
Oh my god.
And later on, after our relationship had like completely crumbled because he was a psychopath and like completely abused me, total different story.
Yeah.
Just randomly one day, a couple years later, while I was in a production of The Fantastic starring as Louisa, so like years later, I was very successful. He randomly sent me that song. Just randomly sent me a link to that
That's
song.
what. I mean, I don't like it clearly because I've proposed to you and you've accepted, but at the same point, like I can recognize like out of body.
And
that's
like
kind of a D move.
We broke up on bad terms. Like we ended everything on really bad terms. This podcast is going to take a lot of editing. So anyway, Adam,
Yeah.
tell
Oh
him
my
about
God.
the second time that you had sex.
The
This I'll
second
leave
time
in. This I'll
sex
leave in because this is funny.
was on me and Riley have known each other for
10
going on
years.
over 10 years, so a whole decade.
And we had been
Okay.
wanting to date each other for most of it. And our
We've had
friends were
this
keeping us
back and
apart.
forth.
Yeah, our friends were keeping us apart. We had back and forth. We had moments. There was a moment where I definitely could have taken his virginity and didn't. Like we were very much on and off, like trying to get together, but our friends were keeping us apart. So eventually we said, "Fuck it, let's."
Actually, I had always had feelings for her, but because of that pressure from our friend group, it was like, no. And like a week previous to, an event, I had told one of our closest friends in our friend group, they had said, "Don't date Riley, don't have sex with Riley, don't date Riley." And I was like, hey, I know Riley, I know me. Looking at the numbers, probably I'm going to have, like, we're going to get together eventually. God knows when it'll be, but it's going to happen. And sure enough,
And then like a week later, we said, wouldn't it be funny if we had a fake proposal? And there was like a reason behind the fake proposal, but we won't get into that. So we faked a proposal between each other.
and we put it on social media that like, oh, we're proposed, and just to get comments and like basically fuck
And
with
like
a bunch
there's a good reason behind it, but that I won't disclose until much later.
And then one day I got drunk.
Oh, no. That night, we were like kind of cuddling with each other at our friend's house. And then we're texting, and our friend who was with us was pissed and was like, you guys have so much sexual tension. This is awful. And then drunk Adam, and we were on a Discord call, so we were chatting. And drunk Adam was like, hey, like, do we really have that bad of sexual tension? And then we started talking, and he sent me this long voice message that was like, Riley, will you do me the honor of going out on a date with me?
I asked her out while drunk. Drunk thoughts or drunk words are sober thoughts.
I think I've heard the video.
Yeah, I think I played the voice recording.
Yeah.
It's
funny. I asked her out and
beautiful.
we went on a date. We did some stuff. We actually visited both of the friends in that 4-person friend group.
We had our first kiss in a very picturesque spot that just so happens to be the backyard of one of these two friends.
And things progressed, and we ended up fucking in the parking lot of a Dick's Sporting Good.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed those little tidbits about Adam and I. Aiden, when did you lose your virginity?
I haven't. I've been trying to download Minecraft hacks this entire time.
Have you guys ever stayed in a hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What?
Have you ever stayed in a hotel and you accidentally lock your bathroom and it's one of those locks where you can't pick it yourself, so you have to call the service desk and say, "Hey, can you come unlock my bathroom door?" And then an hour later, the guy shows up and you let him in, and it takes him like 5 minutes to try and find the right tool to unlock the door.
I've never had this
And
happen.
you're standing there wearing a COVID mask saying, "Oh, yep, having a great time here." Yep. Yeah, lock the door. I did. I tell you. Oh, you got it? Thank you very much. Have a great day.
So my phone is dead. I'm on a trip to Kansas City, and Adam calls my friend and puts me on the phone with my friend, or for my friend's phone. I'm exhausted trying to be a princess because that's my job. And I hear, yeah, so I locked myself out of my bathroom, catching me up on his day, and it's just like ill-suited fucking shit after stupid fucking shit after the other thing, and it was so funny. This whole ass man stays in a hotel for 2 months, locks himself out of his bathroom.
What a whole ass man.
What a whole ass man.
I'm what they call an adult.
I swear to God, there's a train and a plane outside.
Why has there been a train for like an hour?
I don't know.
Anything
This
else we want to talk
podcast-
about? Anything
This
else we wanna talk
podcast
about
is
this
going to be
episode?
cut up to shit, but it
I
is going
know.
to be like the most funny podcast in the terms of just cut up out of context moments.
My parents, my grandparents, my aunts, both my aunts.
No!
AJ does.
AJ, I love your content. I just want to say, AJ, you are amazing. Thank you for friending me on Facebook. Everything you do is fantastic. I am a huge fan.
Did he actually? That's
Yeah.
cool. Fun.
Aiden, Ethan, and I, we all went or are going to, in Aiden's case, to the same high school. And they are known for this thing called the junior curse. Every year, a junior would die. And the only time that it didn't happen, we had COVID. Like, period. We had the fucking pandemic. The only reason that it didn't happen was because of COVID. This is an insane fucking curse. It's ridiculous.
No, didn't fucking who's his face? Michael Bent, didn't he die?
I don't know.
Oh, I gotta bleep that out.
I have no
Yeah.
idea. I have no
Yeah, you do.
idea. I have no idea who that is. But no, that poor high school just every year has had someone die.
I'm pretty sure someone this year has died.
Or a junior got in a really hideous accident at least. No, they did have someone die too. Like literally, it's all
Hold on. What was that?
yeah, wait. That was a noise.
I can still beat the junior curse.
I should tour my wall.
I can
sorry,
beat
go
that. I can beat the junior curse. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I did show choir. My show choir is nationally recognized. We win first place trophies all the time. We travel across the country, or we did. You know, I'm not in it anymore. And we did all this shit, right? Well, one day I come into choir class, and I'm sitting down in my seat. I'm a bass 1, meaning I'm a baritone. And I'm like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And then someone says, "Hey, did you see all the cop cars out front?" And someone else said, "Oh yeah, that's wild. I can't believe that happened." And I said, "What happened?" Then one of them says to me, they turn to me, they say, "Yeah, apparently one kid cummed like into a container and then mixed it in with food in their foods class and fed it to a teacher." And then I said, "That's hilarious, but what really happened?" And they said, "That's what happened." To find out,
Insert the article. I'll bleep out the name, but I'll insert the article that proves that this happened.
to find out, 3 kids had made like a pact that they were going to go to the bathroom during foods class at like all 3 at the same time, jerk off, put it into like a Tupperware container, bring it back, and mix it into a glaze in a it was like an apple strudel or something. However, people like to make good sounding headlines, so everyone in town referred to it as, the kids who made the cum cakes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Do you remember when this happened?
But what?
Ethan, do you remember this?
No.
What? I literally, when this
These
happened,
kids-
I said only Adam's school would this happen.
My school, I love my school. They do some wild shit. It's somehow a mixture of. It's a
Nationally
mixture of
recognized
20%. It's a mixture of the 20% richest kids in the state, 40% the poorest kids in the state, like the most ghetto kids, if that's a term that makes any sense, and then the rest are everyone else who we were just walking around like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, apparently these kids, they made a pact. 3 of them go jerk off in a fucking Tupperware container to get semen.
Right, that's usually what happens when you.
One of them chickened out.
Got
Oh, did he
shot.
still get in trouble?
They took it back. They mixed it into the mixture that was going to be the glaze on top. So they make it. They put it over their like apple turnover. That's what it was, an apple turnover. And the thing about foods class is the teacher has to take a bite. Teacher bites into it, and the quote was that they tasted it and said, this female teacher, that tastes kind of different. And then they went on. But here's the question. If the teacher didn't know, how did they get caught? They got caught because they Snapchatted the whole thing and put it on a school story. Someone had created a public story for the school, and they got caught. People like screen recorded it and said, this is a crime. This is a felony. This is a sex crime. The teacher found out, the students got caught, they arrested them, and their punishment, believe it or not, if you heard this happen in a school, what would you say should be the punishment?
Oh my god, like you would get expelled, you would be put on like a sex offender registry, shit like that.
Clean the bathrooms.
So anyway, Ethan, you're correct. They did get suspended for like a month.
What?
And,
they had to go back to that school with the teacher in it still.
well, here's the thing. They got suspended for a month, so they couldn't take their finals.
Okay.
They had to like do an extra semester, which in the long run means they couldn't walk at graduation, but who cares about that? They did a crime.
Hey guys, it's Riley. I just wanted to make sure I noted that there were actual charges pressed against these kids. Like they had to serve community service and do certain things. Like there were actual consequences outside of the school. Adam just meant the only school consequences were suspension. There was no expulsion. So I wanted to make that clear. Okay, enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Right.
The teacher ended up moving schools because how can you still work at the same school where everyone knows, and it's going to be a school rumor for decades, that
You ate a
you
cum
were
cake.
force-fed cum unknowingly. They moved schools, and these kids, I mean, here's the thing. 3 of them were in on it. One of them chickened out, and he was the one who snitched.
Oh my god. Okay.
2 of them did it.
Right.
One of them left the school. The other one stayed.
What?
I shit you not. This one student and his parents, I guess, agreed, yeah, we'll keep going to this school. And there's a bit of a tangent. Me and Trey had a podcast in high school that we would record on Tuesdays or Thursdays in this small little recording booth, and we talked about it. But this kid, he was still in the school. He's probably graduated by now because I'm so old. but that kid knows, or knew at the time, and everyone else did, if he was caught alone, it's hands on sight. Not from specific people. Everyone in the school. It was like a mutual agreement. It was like a coming together of everybody. It was beautiful in a way.
It was a what,
kids,
Adam?
The theater kids, the choir kids, the kids in the gangs, the stoner kids, the jocks, the cheerleaders, the dance team, all agreed. You catch this kid alone, you beat the shit out of him. He still went to that school.
How many times did he get the shit beat out of him?
I remember talking about
no clue.
this.
I graduated that year.
I remember talking about this at the dinner table at my grandma's, and my grandma was like, "How do you know what coming is, Riley? How do you know what come is? How do you know?" I'm like, "Grandma, I'm like a sophomore in high school. I've had sex. Why are you like patronizing me for being able to participate in the conversation of the cum cakes?" Because my grandma and my dad both worked at the very adjacent school district, so they were like in on it. They were like, "Ooh."
When did you guys have sex ed?
It was like
eighth grade.
It was 8th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Because
Okay.
My friend's dad taught the boys, and we had a girl who was just super like scared about it all, and she left and
She
went to the
threw
bathroom.
up next to me.
Oh wait, she threw up?
Yeah, dude, we
Okay,
like.
You tell the story, then. You tell the story.
It was when we were going through like the beginning bit before they like separate the classes. You know what I mean? Like, so like we were learning about like, all right, you need to like wash your ass type shit, right? And the girl you're talking about, I was like completely oblivious. I was probably looking at my phone or something, and I look to the side. She's crying like silently. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening? And I look at the table. There's vomit everywhere, and it's like on her, on the ground, and on my fucking shoes. I'm like, oh my god, how did I miss this? I'm right next to you.
Before we divide. Then when we divide,
oh no!
You have to go through the boys' room to get to the girls' room, and she goes out to go to the bathroom to catch her breath to get a drink, and then we're just sitting there minding our own business, and all of a sudden we hear penis. And sure enough, the boys all yelled penis when she came back in. She was in the room, red in the face, crying. They bullied this girl.
That was the best.
Oh, it was so funny.
Soul is the first film to win a Golden Globe for a African American person who has been nominated for the first time.
Really?
So if that is, well, it's a little, honestly, it's a little weird. They were nominated and they won, but at the same point, the person I'm talking about, the African American, was co-director, but they weren't informed that they were nominated until after they had won, as far as I'm aware.
Oh.
So if that's true, I mean, they won.
Right.
But you know, it's that weird wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope they did officially win, and I hope they do officially get that award, because that's a pretty big milestone.
That is, yeah.
And I think that leans them closer and closer to winning the Oscar for Best Picture, even though they're an animated feature, which I've been waiting for since, 1992.
Really? Has it really been
like... He's not that old.
I know. No, I know he's not that old.
No,
that was the first. That was the first animated movie to be nominated for Best Picture. Beauty and the Beast.
Really?
Well, I'll say this: it lost to Silence of the Lambs, and which has more modern gravity, Silence of the Lambs or Beauty and the Beast?
Well, modern gravity, like
which lasted longer, which has more current value?
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
The Oscars are a shit process.
Damn.
They're a sham. I mean, what was the last Oscar to win Best Picture? Was it Green Book? Who cares about Green Book?
I've never seen Green Book.
Who cares about
the book is
Moonlight? Who cares about half the movies that won Best Picture? They can put on the box when people buy the DVD. Oh, winner of Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's
buying
cares?
this fucking DVD? Who's actually watching this fucking movie?
Exactly.
Right, they're gonna wait until it comes out on a streaming site like Netflix, Hulu, blah blah blah, because no one's going out.
And they're
No
putting it
one
on
even
the
goes to
background
the
noise.
movies anymore.
Soul is going to be watched for decades, literally. And I'll say this
That
because
movie
that
is
that
good.
happens with Pixar. It's a good, like beyond being a Pixar movie and an animated movie, it's a good movie.
And it has
gonna be watched for decades to come.
a
So-
good message. So yeah, a lot of
Exactly.
people are gonna.
It inspired me, the depressed hippie ass, like PTSD ridden 19-year-old, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like it got to me.
I'm gonna go piss. 1 second.
You are Moonwind.
Moonwind?
Yeah, the guy that's like
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
outside. Yeah, he's
That might be my
doing
favorite Pixar character. If I'm being honest, Moonwind might take the cake for being my favorite Pixar character. I love that man. He slap.
He slap.
He slap.
He slapped that board he's spinning.
Oh my god. He just be spinning like nonstop and oh my god. Okay, I'm not even making sense.
How's he getting a?
I
I don't know how he gets in a flow state. I guess if he was either under the influence or he's just really into what he's doing.
I think he just really cares about his job.
Or he was meditating because he's a hippie.
I've been able to meditate in very weird places and very weird situations.
I'm really
if you're
bad
good
at meditating.
If you're good at meditating, you can meditate in any place, in any way.
I'm super bad at meditating.
I used to be really good at it. I'm trying to get back into the flow.
I get up because I'm meditating and I think, oh man, there are better things for me to be doing right now.
All right.
You have to really be into it.
Sorry to cut into this, but I'm a bit of a cinephile, and I'm a big animation fan. Ethan,
Right.
can you name the 4 films that at least I know have been nominated for Best Picture?
Oh,
And
I have no
already
idea.
told you one.
Beauty and the Beast. No, I have no idea. I never really watched the awards. I don't do much, man.
Adam is a person who's able to make you feel like you don't do anything with your life.
I know he's got so much going on. You're always doing something, man.
I watch a lot of videos.
I feel like Adam and I are very similar in that respect. We both are always doing something.
I spend so much time at work. I don't feel like I'm doing anything actually productive.
Oh my god, retail does that to you.
Yeah. Just kidding. I know I've worked in retail for a little bit. I've worked a lot of jobs. So, okay. Basically, I have this wall that I made a while ago, and it's just...
Sorry, Riley, sorry to cut in. Do you know what movies were not? Okay, the movies nominated for Best Picture that were animated are Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Toy Story 3.
Okay.
That's only 3. I assume there were 4. I was pretty sure Spirited Away was nominated for Best Picture at one point, but
Was it not?
I thought it was. Okay, let me check real quick.
Maybe it's just a fucking cult classic. I don't know.
I'm just doing this right now because I don't want Riley to get into talking about her wall, and then she has to cut this up weirdly.
Oh my god, that train! Jesus, I'm sorry.
That's multiple trains at this point.
Yeah, I'm not the one conducting. Sorry.
Yeah, get the conductor on the line. Anyway, before we get into this, I want to talk real quick. I've got this wall that I'm slowly taking down, but it's just a bunch of things that I really enjoy. So I'm trying to put them into a book. That's all I'm doing.
Weird. What are you laughing at?
You guys are talking over each other.
That's a podcast.
That's a relationship.
There's like two different conversations going on right now.
There's
I'm trying to
Wall
explain.
and
I'm taking-
seeing if Spirited Away was.
I'm taking things off my wall and putting them into a book. I was trying to explain what I'm doing.
I remember one day I was hanging out with Riley at her dorm. I was actually sleeping in her bed that weekend. And she said, let me print this real quick.
Oh yeah.
So she printed something and then she left. And then when she came back, I was like doing something else. Then I
made him
laid down
close
in
his
her
eyes.
bed after she taped it up, looked up, and it was the Pretoria flag that's sitting right there from one of Family Guy.
It's made its way around.
And I was pissed off.
He was not happy
I was like,
that I
"God
made him. I
damn
put through all that work just for that. I made him close his eyes and open them.
Because
To
now
see.
I gotta sleep in there. I gotta, for lack of better words, make love to you. And when I look up, I see the Pretoria flag. A joke from season 1 of Family Guy. I swear.
Such an old, like bad, not even funny.
Do you not like Family Guy?
Oh, I love.
Oh, we're
Guy.
Family Guy fans. This is a
Really?
We're Family Guy
household.
stands.
This is a Family Guy family.
Yeah.
Family Guy is funnier than The Simpsons.
Okay, modern Family Guy.
Simpsons is really just like relatable to older people
Modern
nowadays.
Family Guy is better than modern Simpsons. Classic Family Guy is worse than classic Simpsons.
I wouldn't even say that. Honestly, in my opinion, Family Guy in the long run beats The Simpsons. Because Family Guy, when it was in its purest form, respected the world, respected the universe it was in, tried to lay down what it was about, got canceled, got brought back. Whereas The Simpsons has been just long running ever since.
Yeah.
The difference is that The Simpsons still tries to push. These kids are still in their respected school grades. They're still these people. There's no real growth in the characters week to week. It's like, I don't know. It seems like they throw random shit at a board and see what sticks.
That's why I absolutely love shows like Adventure Time. Like through Adventure Time. Have you ever watched it?
Time. I've never watched it.
I
all the way
remember
through,
watching.
I'll be honest.
I remember watching Adventure Time when it first started.
When it first started, they didn't know what they were doing. They were trying to like they were kind of like throwing shit at a wall and seeing if it'd stick. But
Once they got
over
into
time,
it, oh my god.
they really figured out like what the premise was, and they instead of it being sort of like regular show where like everything goes back to normal the next day, or like Family Guy,
Regular
like,
show.
everything just goes back to normal the next day. Like there could be like a fucking apocalypse, and the next week, this episode, everyone's sitting on the couch. Oh, there's a new thing going on. In Adventure Time, things stuck. Like if someone had like something that happened a lot, Finn would go through different swords, and he also at the time lost his fucking arm. And for the rest of the show, he didn't have an arm. And that was like a big part of it.
And they stuck with that.
Yeah, they stuck with it like all the way through. They changed it a little bit because he eventually grew an arm back, but he lost it again. And it, like towards the end, he like grew to accept it. And over time, his age does change. Like by the end of the series, he's 17.
Well, like, and they give him a past life. They give him so much like growth and depth. It's beautiful.
But in terms of adult animated in terms of adult animated TV shows, you really got in the bulk of it who have been around the longest. You got The Simpsons and Family Guy, and then beyond that, you had The Cleveland Show and Bob's Burgers. But the longest running since the late 80s, The Simpsons, and since roughly 98, 99, Family Guy, where The Simpsons are still trying to do business as usual, just random shit.
Right.
Family Guy has gotten to the point where half of their cutaways or their gags are we recognize that we are an old series and we recognize what we do. So they'll end an episode literally saying, oh, well, we did this episode. Yeah, how do we end it? Yeah, I don't know. All right, bye.
That's
And
funny.
then that's the episode. That's the end, which it's that
It works.
sort of realist vibe. It
They're-
works
yeah.
so well in Family Guy.
They're aware of it.
It's weird. It's like The Simpsons, it's been on for so long. They have good episodes and they have really bad episodes, whereas Family Guy, do they have bad episodes? Yeah, but
They're few
it
and far between.
evolves so much. I can watch all the Family Guy, and I hate to say it because it sounds so cringy, but I can watch all the Family Guy and be entertained the whole time. It pulls through every step of the way.
All right, this has been a very long episode of Two Fees and Appeal, but it's been a very great episode. Very great to have Adam on here. Wonderful individual. Great to have Aiden on here, just flipping his camera around, doing dumb shit.
Hey, check out the Broken Toys YouTube channel.
Yeah, for real. Check out the Broken Toys. We do
Link
fun
in the
stuff.
description.
I'll throw fine. I'll throw the link in there. Love you guys. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day. Drink water. Be brave. Do good things.
Eat
Puff
ass.
markers.
Later.